Welcome, dear listeners, to a tale that will carry you far beyond the ordinary, a story woven with whispers of ancient legends and the quiet magic of nature. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself standing at the edge of an endless forest where snow blankets every branch and silence hums like a living thing. It is here, deep within the heart of Finland's frozen wilderness, that something extraordinary unfolds. A moment where reality blurs into legend, leaving behind questions that linger long after the night has passed. This is more than just a story, it's an invitation to wonder, to dream, and perhaps even to believe. So settle in, let the world around you fade away, and allow yourself to step into this enigmatic journey. Because sometimes the most unforgettable encounters happen when we least expect them. In the heart of Finland, where winter nights stretch on indefinitely, a story unfolded that would blur the boundaries between reality and legend. These dense forests, shrouded in snow and silence held secrets known only to the ancient spirits that wandered these lands. Among the whispering pines and frost-covered branches, a mysterious encounter awaited a seasoned hunter named Jukka. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. Jukka, a man of practicality and skill, had spent his entire life in these woods, raised on tales of supernatural beings and mystical creatures. He had always dismissed them as mere folklore, preferring to focus on the tangible aspects of his world. Tonight, however, fate had prepared something extraordinary for him. As the last rays of daylight faded, he set off from his cabin, his rifle slung over his shoulder, ready for a night of tracking the elusive reindeer. The forest was eerily silent, safe for the crunch of snow beneath Jukka's boots and the occasional hoot of an owl. Jukka moved with the stealth of a predator, his senses attuned to every rustle and shadow. Soon fresh reindeer tracks caught his eye, leading deeper into the forest, and he followed them with a mix of excitement and anticipation. As Jukka ventured further, the forest seemed to close in around him. The air grew colder, charged with a strange, almost electric energy. Suddenly a soft, otherworldly light flickered in the distance, drawing Jukka's attention. His heart raised with a blend of curiosity and trepidation. Ignoring his instincts to turn back, he pressed on, the light growing brighter with each step. Pushing through a dense thicket, merged into a small clearing. There in the center stood a reindeer unlike any he had ever seen. Its antlers, glowing with an eerie blue light, cast long spectral shadows on the surrounding trees. For a moment, Jukka Stuka stood frozen, unable to tear his gaze away from the reindeer. This was no ordinary animal. The glowing antlers pulsed rhythmically like a heartbeat, filling the clearing with an almost hypnotic light. Shreds overcome by the surreal nature of the encounter, Jukka slowly lowered his rifle and fumbled for his phone with trembling hands. He snapped a few pictures of the creature, hoping to capture a piece of the mystery that unfolded before him. As he did, the reindeer fixed him with a final penetrating look before turning and disappearing into the forest, its luminous handlers fading into the darkness. Jack stood there for a long time, trying to process what he had just witnessed. Eventually, he made his way back to his cabin, but sleep eluded him that night. The image of the glowing reindeer haunted his thoughts, a reminder of the strange and inexplicable events that had transpired in the depths of the Finnish wilderness. The next morning was determined to find answers. He posted the pictures of the reindeer on social media, hoping someone could shed light on the mysterious creature he had encountered, which the images quickly went viral, sparking a flurry of reactions and speculation. Some users joked about the reindeer being part of a Christmas lights display, while others marveled at the possibility of a real-life mystical creature. And amid the chaos of online comments, one explanation stood out. A user mentioned a project initiated by Finland's Reindeer Herders Association, where reflective paint was applied to the antlers of reindeer to make them more visible to motorists at night. The initiative, started in 2014, aimed to reduce the number of reindeer killed in road accidents by making them easier to spot in the dark. Jarate the explanation with a mix of relief and disappointment. The glow antlers, it seemed, were not the result of ancient magic, but rather a modern solution to a pressing problem. The association had tried various methods to protect the reindeer, including reflective neck-hanging devices, but the animals often tore them off. The reflective paint on the anthers was an innovative approach, but it too had its limitations. Despite the rational explanation, Juka Kuka shake thee, feeling that there was more to the encounter than met the eye. The reindeer he had seen was no ordinary animal, and its presence in the forest felt like a glimpse into a world beyond the mundane. Juka encounter stirred memories of the old stories he had heard as a child, tales of ancient spirits and magical creatures that roam the forests under the cloak of night. There were legends of the luminous herd, a mythical group of reindeers said to be guardians of the forest. Their glowing antlers is a beacon of hope and a warning to those who might seek to harm the land. These stories, once dismissed as mere superstition, now took on a new significance. When the elders in Juka's village spoke of a time when humans lived in harmony with these mystical beings, respecting the balance of nature, they believed that those who encountered the luminous herd were chosen, marked by fate, to become protectors of the natural world. Fate determined to uncover the truth, Juka delved into old books and records, seeking out knowledge about the luminous herd and the legends surrounding them. He discovered references to a sacred grove deep in the forest, a place where the veil between the human world and the realm of spirits was thin. It was said that those who ventured there under the full moon could glimpse the secrets of the forest and perhaps encounter the guardians themselves. With a newfound sense of purpose, Juka prepared for another journey into the heart of the forest. As night fell, he set out once again, following a path known only to a few, one that led deeper into the wilderness than he had ever gone before. The forest seemed alive with anticipation, the air humming with an almost tangible energy. Juku moved cautiously, the moonlight casting long shadows that danced among the trees. He could feel the presence of unseen watchers, their eyes following his every move. After hours of trekking, Juka arrived at a secluded grove. The place was eerily quiet, the air thick with the scent of pine and earth. In the center of the grove stood a circle of ancient stones covered in moss and etched with runes that glowed faintly in the moonlight. He knew he had found the sacred place, a hidden sanctuary where the ancient spirits of the forest still held sway. Juka carefully laid out the offerings he had brought, arranging them with reverence on a flat stone at the center of the circle. As he did, a sense of peace washed over him, as if the forest itself had accepted his presence. In Jawith, he knelt before the stone, closing his eyes and offering a silent prayer to the spirits, seeking their guidance and understanding. As Juka opened his eyes, the grove was bathed in a soft, ethereal light. Before him stood the reindeer from his previous encounter, its handlers glowing with an even more intense light. But this time, the reindeer was not alone. A whole herd of luminous reindeer surrounded him, their eyes filled with a deep, ancient wisdom. Zuka felt a profound sense of awe as he gazed upon the herd. It was as if time had stood still and he was witnessing a moment out of legend. The leader of the herd, the reindeer with the glowing handlers, stepped forward, fixing Juka with a gaze that seemed to pierce his very soul. The reindeer communicated with Juka in a way that transcended words, a deep telepathic connection that conveyed a message of unity and respect for the natural world. And he saw visions of the past where humans and the luminous herd lived in harmony, each respecting the other's place in the circle of life. He also saw glimpses of the future, a world where balance was restored and the ancient wisdom of the forest was once again revered. As the vision faded, Juka faded. Juka felt a deep sense of responsibility. He had been chosen to be a guardian of the forest, to protect the natural world and uphold the ancient traditions that had been forgotten. The encounter had changed him. Awakening. A sense of purpose and connection to the land that he had never felt before. Returning to his village, Juka shared his experience with the elders in the community. His story inspired a new respect for the forest and its inhabitants, reminding people of the importance of living in harmony with nature. The legend of the luminous herd became a symbol of the enduring power of the natural world, a beacon of hope and wisdom for future generations. As the seasons changed and the forest came alive with the signs of spring, Juka continued his life as a hunter, but with a renewed sense of awe and curiosity. But he spent more time in the forest, not just in search of prey, but also listening to the whispers of the trees and the stories carried by the wind. The memory of the glowing reindeer stayed with him, a point of light in a world ever changing. Juka's story of the enigmatic reindeer became part of Finnish folklore, a testament to the enduring allure of the unknown and the timeless power of the natural world. In the end, it was a reminder that even in an age of technology and rationality, there are still places where magic and mystery reign, waiting to be discovered by those who dare to look beyond the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary.